welcome to All Saints Catholic School e-learning. In this video we'll be looking at a big idea in politics, representative democracy. By the end of this video you will have an understanding of the following: what representative democracy means and what its main characteristics are. So let's begin with the core concept of what democracy itself is. Essentially, we say democracy is all about people power. The word comes from the ancient Greek concept of the people ruling and having political power, as opposed to kings and queens, tyrants and military leaders. In democracies, we see people taking part in the political decision-making process. People who can participate in many ways, from voting to protesting and supporting pressure groups. Representative democracy is a political system based on the principle of citizens voting for professional politicians to advocate for them and speak on their behalf. This is commonly done by voting for politicians who are members of a political party that citizens feel they align most closely to, with their views and wishes being in harmony with theirs. So now we know what representative democracy is. What is it based on? By which we mean, what are its characteristics? Firstly, we hold that citizens have influence and indeed power over the people they elect to represent them. Secondly, we believe that it works best where elections are free, fair and frequent, and where those in power give up their roles when they lose elections in a peaceful way. And finally, that the representative government in power should protect and guarantee the rights and freedoms of all citizens in society, whoever they have voted for, if anyone. Where did this idea come from? Well, it builds upon direct democracy, founded in ancient Athens. In ancient Athens, having lived under military rule and the rule of rich aristocrats, the people decided to rule themselves, actually gathering to vote on what decisions to take. We label this direct democracy. In ancient Rome, before the age of emperors, citizens voted for elected officials to represent their views to counterbalance the powers of the established senators. The coming of both the French and American revolutions more recently popularised the now common view that the most legitimate type of political organisation all people should have is a democratic one. The age of powerful monarchs, religious leaders and noblemen was powerfully questioned, if not ended. But why do we have this model of democracy? We can argue that the general public may not understand technical or complex issues, so elected delegates are hopefully qualified to act in the best way on such issues. Moreover, citizens have busy lives with work and families or illness. Using a representative is simply a more efficient way for us to do democracy. And finally, it's often argued that representatives are more likely and best placed to ensure that minority views are protected, because if it were left up to the majority of citizens, the majority would more than likely come out to dominate the few. Great work! You now have an understanding of what representative democracy means and its main characteristics. So search for the Working It Out video to help you understand this big idea and how this links into the rest of your studies.